can I put you on? Will this work? No. What up? Trying to find a place to set the phone. How's it going, guys? How's everybody been? What's up, guys? Whew. Whew. I don't want to sit on this painting. Auctioning this here. Bad boy. Oh, hell yeah, you got your favorite shirt on? I'm auctioning this here today. Just starting bids 100. So if my mods want to, yeah, whoever. What's up, Maya? I'm probably going to do like an hour, or I'm going to stream until the sun sets because I need to work until the sun sets. So when the sun is set, whatever the highest bid is gets the painting, even if it's $101. So I just can't sell it. It's like a, it's an oil painting. It's called Man with Three Leaves. What up, Sean? What's up, Matt? This is my first stream back in a while. Obviously, things got a little bit insane in my life for a while. I was in a very negative studio slash like living situation. And my life got kind of fucked for a second, but that's the way things go. And yeah, so anyway, I moved into a new studio and I'm setting things up for streaming there, but my relocation and everything, including a pretty insane hospital bill that I got, has kind of fucked me up a little bit, so hence why I'm auctioning this painting now. I'll get back onto my shit for sure, but yeah, for now. What up, Adam? I love you too, buddy. You're watching the sunset in Iowa? Hell yeah, that's sick. No homo. Oh my god. Woo! But yeah, definitely would say that I am physically, emotionally, mentally, some might say spiritually, metaphysically, strained right now. But I've thrown myself into my work. I'm just like trying to concentrate on that, which is good. Sexually, nah, man. I'm sure. Am I feeling better now? Does that painting look like I'm feeling better? No. No, I'm feeling better than I was. Yeah, my world kind of came crashing down due to many things, but it was mostly in part to the fact that I couldn't paint. Just like fucking my last studio situation got super fucked, and so I kind of like thought that everything was over. I'm a very I love you too. I love you too, Jordan. Not gonna go into too much detail, but yeah. I did not get kidnapped for that rumor. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I didn't get kidnapped. But anyway, we'll see if oh, thanks, man. We'll see if we can get any people inside this stream. I feel like I haven't streamed for a while, so might not be that successful of a stream, but I will find my charisma and happiness again. Being with my friends and painting makes me happy. Oh, thank you, Gon. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, life gets pretty rough. I'm sure if I get enough people in here, I'll probably end up talking about what happened. I just don't want to have to like continually talk about it over and over and over again. $10. No, the starting bid has got to be $100 because the painting is like already about $100. I look leaner than usual. Well, let's just say the food where I was is not abundant. No, I've not been working out. But I guess I moved a lot of stuff. I moved everything out of my studio, so maybe I've been working out. Yeah, let me give you guys a tour of the new spot. You didn't go to jail, did I? No, I didn't. Basically, all right, so it's like a nice, it's the garden area. Like a chill zone. This is like where I've been painting. So I'm gonna start streaming here. The streams are gonna be like Dino and I, it'll be kind of like facing in this direction with this here. Yeah, so anyway, so this is where I'll be painting from now on. I'm looking for a new place to live pretty much around the area though. I gotta like apply for apartments and shit. It's very stressful. And I got like a $10,000 hospital bill. But yeah, so long story short, and like, no, I did not kidnap myself. No, it was not because, hold on, Cammy and I broke up. It was not because of any of the things that like, there's so many rumors out there. It was basically, I got into a really fucked up situation where I was staying or like my studio was with this like really fucked up dude who like, it was a very negative situation. It's kind of fucked. Like, I don't want to get too deeply into it publicly. I might at some point, but no, Rat Dick Ralph did not do anything at all. I understand why people think that. It's not Rat Dick Ralph. It wasn't Cammy. It wasn't like, it was the studio situation. Like, there were a lot of outlying factors that kind of put me into a manic state. And like, so I'm removed myself from everything Rat Dick. And it like hurts me so much that like I mean, I'm sure Cammy's unsubscribed to me, so she's not seeing this, but like, I can't be in relationships because I'm just like too unstable as a person. And yeah, so Cammy's probably the last person I ever date. I'm still like thinking about her every night, and like, it sucks. Like I sleep in bed, it's the worst. But at the same time, like I can't. It's just like I can't stress. I can't like with emotions right now, dude. No, it wasn't a drug-induced panic attack. I thought that all my paintings had been destroyed. Basically, I thought all my work was gone, and so it was pretty like pretty fucked up situation where, well, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Rat Dick Ralph didn't do anything to me. Start declaring positive statements daily. It's hard, man. I'll talk to you a little bit. Well, here, Matisse is back there. I'll talk to you a little bit about the positivity. You got this, Colton. But yeah, so basically, my studio situation got fucked up. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to paint anymore. That and a lot of other line factors in my life that made everything feel very overwhelming. And so I basically just went to go jump off a fucking building. And I'm glad that when it was a parking garage, and I've kind of normalized the situation. It's obviously very fucked up. But yeah, I always share everything with you guys, and you know, there's only 25 people in here. I imagine these are the people who are like very, very close to me anyway. So, but yeah, basically I tried to jump off a parking garage, but there was dirt underneath. So instead I Instead, I fucking wrapped a wire thing. There was like an antenna shit up there, so I wrapped a wire around my neck and then just fucking like tried to kill myself. It was pretty fucked, honestly, because I felt like I wasn't able to paint anymore in the situation that I was in. I felt like it was so like I had lost like all ability to paint. I'm gonna cry. Anyways, yeah, it was very fucked up. Um, but yeah, it was a dark time. But I don't know who found me. Basically, I think it was like a homeless person or some shit, maybe. I don't know. That's like, I don't know where the fucking rumor came from, but that's what someone said. Someone like dropped me off at the place. I just remember waking up and there being like fucking doctors and shit. It was very dark. And then yeah, when they catch you, like, cause obviously it was very clear what had happened, because like, you know, they were basically, when you try to do that shit, it's like it like you bleed from the lip. It's like it's very it's very fucked up. Anyway, so thank you, man. But like a bunch of people, like obviously I didn't expect to be coming back, you know, so I left my phone and wallet and all that shit at the house, or like where the studio was, and because I thought I was going to be able to get any of my paintings and shit. And that's a whole other complex situation that like I got most of my shit. I'm in like a legal battle right now, but then I have this insane hospital bill to deal with, because like what they do is when you like try to like you know, make an attempt at your life, then they put you in like you have to be in you have to be in like isolated seclusion for 72 hours or whatever. And then so yeah, it was pretty shitty. I had to be like inside of a room where yeah, people were just like watching me for 72 hours. And then they sent me to this basically the loony bin, where like I'm not insane. Everyone in there, it's pretty insane. Luckily my brother put up a status so people didn't think I was dead. I couldn't have my phone obviously for a week, so yeah, but basically yeah, 51 it was fucked up. But being in there, I like the people that I met and talked to, and like I went over a lot in my head. Like I drew everyone that was in there. Pretty insane people for sure. I guess I'm insane too if I'm in there, but anyway, it was definitely a learning experience. But I found that I had definitely a stronger support network than I even realized, because I just kind of got into my head and felt like I was in a place that like there was no coming back from, you know? I was just very overwhelmed, and it felt like the right solution, but it definitely wasn't. And yeah, so, but anyway, sorry to bring that darkness upon everyone, but I had to dispel. Obviously I'm taking down this live stream afterwards, but yeah, just to dispel, because people are thinking like hitting me up and being like, was it because you broke up with Cammy? Was it because Rad DeGroff kidnapped? And I'm just like putting all that shit to rest. No, like I love Cammy. I'm really embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed about the whole situation though, you know. I can't talk to her anymore because like it's just bad. I am a coward, you know. It's a cowardly thing to do. I try to be brave, but it's hard. But yeah, I've just been focused on my paintings, and that's why I'm like been taking a break from streams and stuff, to be able to focus just on work and like not all of that shit. But yeah. You can go back into the you can go back in the stream if you want. I don't really want to like have to like say the same thing over and over again. But yeah, I'll leave the stream unlisted for those of you who are in here right now, but I'm definitely privating it afterwards, because like I know the people that come in like to these streams like specifically are like people who like support me, and like you guys definitely keep me going. But yeah, so it's certainly a fucked up situation. Now I feel bad being like, I'm auctioning a painting right now. I didn't realize the stream was going to take this turn, but then because I didn't want it to, but I guess like, I don't know, I feel like you guys like, it's weird. It's like you're my friends and stuff. No. But yeah, I love you guys. Yeah, it's just hard to talk about for sure. But anyway, I need to change the title of this video to I don't think I should auction this anymore. I didn't realize the video was gonna take this turn, but yeah, that's like, you guys are my friends, so it's I don't even know how to do that. Wait, hold on. It doesn't matter anyway. Wait, let me see. Oh. No, I don't know how to. Wait, who just messaged? Dude, thank you, KCJ Bomberman. I appreciate you, buddy. Dude, thank you, man. It was good hanging out with you the other day. No, I am. I'm definitely gonna keep going for sure. You don't have to worry about that. Like hold on. I don't even know what's happening. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna keep going, obviously. But yeah, you guys are always the ones who like kept me going through like all the drama and bullshit in my life. Like, I'm definitely a very I'm certainly a dramatic person, which is why like, and I always think that yeah, I know, like I said, my friend Kenton just donated $100. Thank you, man. I love you, buddy. It was fun hanging out with you. But yeah, you guys are the best. Like, all the times that I'm ever feeling down or shitty, like, you should know that's why I'm always like, I feel like I should never, like, I can't get too close to people, because like, you know, I have a great support network and people who definitely support me, but it's difficult because like at the end of the day, you know, it's like people don't get it, you know. It's like I don't live to paint, you know. It's like I paint to live, and I thought that was taken away from me when I lost my studio, or it was a really bad situation. Essentially, it was a very terrible like situation inside the old place where I had my studio. Like, a lot of you guys don't realize, like, but it was bad because I don't really talk about that, and for legal reasons I'm not going to on stream. But yeah, shit was bad for sure. Anyway, I got out of that, and I'm in a new studio right now. I'm applying for like new apartments and shit. Like, I'm definitely gonna get back on my feet, and I know like all you, like, I know I have a great support network out here. I like definitely feel it's like hard, you know, like it's hard for me to get too close to people, you know. because I feel like I hate myself. Or like, I don't even, like, I don't know. I'm very, like, I don't know what it, I know I shouldn't, like, hate myself, but it can be, didn't Jeff is a very inspiring person for sure. That's why it was, like, it's so great to paint him. He's overcome so much, you know, and, you know, a lot, Jeff is a really good person. I've known him for a while, and that's, just to, like, see his growth as a person has been kind of insane. So people like him make me stronger, but I'm definitely not that strong. And it sucks because, like, honestly, getting sober, I felt like was going to, like, you know, make everything better. And then when life started to get, yeah, I'm fine, Clitoris, I'm fine. Like, I just started crying because I was talking to, you can go back in the stream. I'm leaving it unlisted for people who are in it, if you want to kind of, like, see, because I don't want to, like, kind of repeat stuff, because then I'll probably start crying again anyway. Thank you, Will. But yeah, so anyway, but that's why, like, I can't ever, like, be in a relationship ever again, because it's not fair to the other person in the relationship, because, like, you know, I can't, it's like I can't wish myself upon anyone else. Like, I can't even handle myself on my own. So if I get too close to anyone, I feel like I'm just going to bring stress and, like, drama and trauma, Obama, no, I'm just kidding, just shit into their lives, you know. It's bad. But yeah, I'm just focusing on my paintings. I've got a really good new studio situation, so I'm working on just that, and I'm gonna get back streaming soon. So, and I've, you know, Dino, like, Danny, all the boys, like, you know, Chad, Blake, Sir Spence, everyone has been, like, so good to me. And you don't realize how many friends you have, like, until you're in, like, a situation like that. But it's I'm sure Jeff and I will do something again in the future. I got a bunch of really cool collabs and stuff coming up. I have an editor now who's moving out here. I've got, like, a lot of shit. I've got, like, a clothing brand and stuff that's dropping. Like, that's the thing, a lot of good things are happening. I'm getting commissions. Like, my work is finally, like, taking off and stuff, and it's like I'm making money, and it's good. It's like everything I've ever dreamed of. But you guys have to understand, like I said, it's like I don't, you know, I don't, like, live to paint. It's like I literally paint to live. Like, I have to paint or I'll literally die. It's like, and I know it sounds insane, but those of you who know me understand that sentiment. You know, yeah, I am crazy. That's why I should never, like, be with anyone. As more, I'm a great friend, but I can't be more to that than anyone, because at the end of the day, like, friendship is so important to me. But, like, painting will always have to come first before anything else, you know. It's like breathing. Like, there is no one, like, I don't know, like, no one gets, I don't want to be like, guys, like, no one gets me, but, like, dude, like, it's everything to me. And even if I convince myself that, like, because, like, basically, yeah, I started I started drinking again. I didn't start doing Adderall and pills and all the other shit that I was doing before, but I'm not, like, getting drunk. But yeah, I started drinking again, like, when I got out of the I can call it hospitalization, but it's literally the loony bin is what it was. Completely insane. But anyway, I can talk about some pretty funny stories from when I was in it. Because, to be honest, like, everything in my life led me up to that point where I tried to do what I did. And then when I was there, it was like there was nothing, you know. It was, like, just pure. Yeah, exactly. No, Dino's been great. Dino's been here. He's getting so fucking good at painting. I'm even letting him work on my faces now. But anyway, yeah, when you get to a point like that where you, like, literally everything seems, like, empty and hopeless and terrible, it's not. But yeah, thank you, 7L, I appreciate that. But yeah, when I was in there, it was the people that, because let me tell you, the fucking the doctors and that shit, they're not good. I'm telling you, being in there like made me more insane. I'm serious. Like, because when I first walked, like, well, they roll you in. It's very embarrassing. It's hard to talk about, but it's kind of funny. Like, I was crying before because like the part leading up to it was not funny at all. It was very dark. It was 72 hours where you're literally inside of a room with a security guard watching you outside of like a locked door, and like someone next to, and like you have to piss and like inside of like a little container. It's so bad. It's like, don't do it, guys. And anyway, so, and all that happened like while I was in there, people kept calling and shit, and like I was so ashamed of myself and like what I had done and like everything about my, like I wasn't taking any calls. And then the boys like Austin and Casper and or Cigar Guy is his, you know, Chad, like Churdley's fucking Sir Spin, like they all like came in to like the hospital, even though I was like, no, like you guys, or I told them no visitors, no visitors. I didn't want anyone. And then like, so, but then people just like came anyway, and they're like, you have all these visitors here, when they found out where I was and shit. But the most, like, the thing I'm most ashamed of, which is kind of like the boiling point of really where I fell off the deep end, was when like I thought that my the descent into my madness, which is like extremely unfair, because like because everyone keeps like, because honestly, like I fucking love Cammy, and it hurts so much that like I feel like I betrayed her so much by what I did. And she was so supportive and kind and caring to me, and I twisted it around in my head that like somehow it was like preventing me from painting, and like I went into like a pretty fucking terrible manic episode, which I don't think she knows about, but because of the my studio situation, the person in there, long story short, for legal reasons I can't go into it, but they're a fucking terrible human being, and they're gonna get what's coming to them. But regardless, yeah, I was in a place where I couldn't paint, and my paintings were being held hostage. Like I couldn't get in. Like everything that I like love, like my painting, everything, it was like I thought it was over. I thought it was all gone. Like I thought that there was, but then there was legal recourse, and like there's always going to be blessings in disguise. Like when I was institutionalized, I had like a suicide prevention advocate, and like a like social workers and people like within inside the system who I figured out just how like my rights, like I figured out my rights and how I was able to like get my paintings and how I was able to get my stuff. And anyway, when I went off the deep end, it just so happened that my ex somehow was in town. I don't really know, but basically it got into a really messed up situation where well, it's not messed up. Like my ex was trying really hard to find, and this is my ex that I did a live stream with that I definitely should not have done. I was super fucked up when I did that, guys, like so wasted, because I was in such a depressive manic state. And then Cammy came on and got mad. I'm sure some of you guys were there and saw that. And then that was bad. And then what made it even worse is then like I couldn't get back into my studio the next day, and I thought that it was all over, which is why I ended up with the. And then when I was in the hospital, because my attempt was unsuccessful, thank God, apparently Dylan is her name, and Cammy were like working together to try to find out where I was, which is completely insane to me that like after all the shit that I put both of them through, that they would do that for me. And then when I got out, like she can't, like, I mean, I've got like a really good support system. And then yeah, like Cammy messaged me twice, and I'm too much of a coward to look at what it says. I don't know. I'm just in a state right now where I'm so ashamed of myself that like I'm afraid, because I'm afraid like if it might say something that might like, it's probably like I don't know what it is. I can't look at it though. That's the bad part. Like I am a coward in a lot of ways, but I just can't like submit myself to any sort of even a message that might send, like, because I'm in a very obviously fragile state right now, which is why I haven't streamed for like over a week. I don't even know how long, because I stream pretty much every day if I can, because you guys are like I said, my friends. Like, I didn't think I was going to fucking break down and cry during this stream, because that's why I waited for a week. Because if I did this a week ago, oh my god, I would not be able to talk. I was in a fucking bad place, man. But now, I'm starting to grow, like, get past it. And like I said, like, it was I think there's happiness that can be found in even the darkest places. Like, for like on my 72-hour hold, I remember the first time that I laughed and felt like life again was after, like, it had been around 24-30 hours or something like that. And then you don't get to see anyone else except the security guard and your nurses and shit. But there was this lady, like, in the room next to me. It must have been like a homeless person or some shit. Yeah, and thank you again, everybody, for the love. Yeah. Oh yeah, Casey J Bomber. Since you paid $100, this painting is going to be yours unless anyone auctions more than that. I was just planning on having this be an auction stream, but then all you guys came in. I'm like, oh my god, I love you guys. I have to share with it. But anyway, so inside the hospital, like, there was the lady next to me apparently started, like, shitting all over the room, and the doctor's like, there's shit everywhere. She literally won't stop shitting. She's shitting in her shoes. She's shitting on the bed. It's just diarrhea. And she was just, like, shitting everywhere. And it was the room next to me, and I just heard her screaming, being like, give me corn! I need corn! Like, she was screaming for corn. And, like, that was, like, the first time after, like, what I did that I started to laugh, and I felt, like, a weird sense of, like, restored hope and humanity again. And then, so that was pretty sick. Oh, thank you, Jesse Jensen. But yeah, so corn is pretty dope. Basically, yeah, she was shitting everywhere. I didn't smell it or anything, but because, like, the way the rooms are set up. Yeah, no, sobriety is definitely not my personality, Jim Leahy. I'm not one of those people. I'm not like a person who's like, my sobriety is my serenity. Like, I appreciate NA, and yeah, corn would definitely make her shit more, for sure. I appreciate that works for some people. Really, the main problem for me was just, like, shredding copious amounts of Adderall, that, not like snorting it, but taking it. And, like, anyway, I got out of that situation, and yeah, I'm pretty straightforward with you guys. Like, I'm medicated for bipolar with Lamictal and Depakote. And during, like, the stress, and during that situation when I was like locked out of my, like, studio and everything, I didn't have my medicine and stuff. Luckily, my brother was able to get it to me. But basically, you stop taking that even for, like, a couple days, and that shit fucks you up. What's the most mg of Adderall that you've done? A lot. I don't know. It's bad. It's, like, it's really bad. But anyway, yes, thank you guys. But for some happy stories, it's funny because, like, when I got out of the 72-hour seclusion, I was like, yes, thank God I finally get to be around other people. Like, I don't have to be, like, alone, just, like, to my own thoughts. Like, the only time, like, it was actually pretty funny. The only time, like, I got up, because I was afraid to talk to the security guard, but I could tell he was watching something on his phone. And I was like, is there any way you could see if it was Floyd Mayweather or Logan Paul who won? And then he was like, dude, it was a tie. And I was like, fuck. So that was pretty insane. Thank you, Bianca. Yeah, I love Cammie. I'm too afraid to talk to her because I'm ashamed of myself and in a very delicate state right now. But I know she did a lot to try to help, like, find me and, like, figure out where I was and shit. I just can't, like, I'm breaking down just talking to you guys. Like, I'm like, you're not an asshole, Alejandro. I love all you guys. Jake, you can go back and, like, if you want to look through the stream, you can reverse it if you'd like. But I just, yeah, I don't want to talk about it again. But it was not an OD. I will say that. No, I don't, because I am sober. I just started drinking again when I went off the medication because I couldn't get into my studio and shit. But Anyway, so yeah, once I finally was able to get inside, like get around other people and get away from Matisse. Stop it. Matisse is here. Matisse is the best. Hey, baby. Who's a good boy? My sweet little baby. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, hard as milk. But basically, yeah, I was just thankful to be around other people after 72 hours, and then I was like, thank God. But then when I went inside the like ward or like the insane asylum, I'll just refer to it as that because that's literally what it was, and I guess I'm insane. It's like, if you ever seen the movies where like you see people in, it's like literally exactly like it. It's like it's like I walked in and people are like singing, being like, "Ah," like walking up and down the hallways like zombies, like mindless and shit. And at first I was like, oh my God, this is completely crazy. But let me tell you guys, my third day in there, I was doing the same thing. I was mindlessly walking back and forth down the hallways exactly like the people when I first walked in there, that I was like, this is crazy. I'm doing exactly the thing that I thought was completely insane. And I kept trying to get out. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I don't need to be in here anymore. And the doctor's like, I think we have to keep you for one more day. And, but anyway, like I said, it was within that, like the humanity of it all, like the people in there and drawing them, because that's what brought me back to life, you know? And, essentially, I love you too, Alejandro. Have a good night or day or whatever. Yeah, of course, Dave. I'm gonna leave this stream unlisted so you can keep the link, but I'm not going to yeah, I'm gonna leave the stream unlisted so you can keep the link, but I'm not gonna private it. But anyway, yeah, so let me talk a little bit about what it was like in there. So there's this, basically I might have lost a lot of weight because the food there is just like, it's so bad. Like they don't really feed you. And or they do, but it's like almost inedible. It's like so bad. And so most of the time I would just give my food to other people. But the most ironic thing is that there's snack machines, and the snacks in there are literally so good. But like my card, but you need to have a swipe on your card, and unfortunately only my chip works. So I have money, but like I couldn't use my card to you want to go pee pee? So I couldn't use my card to get the snacks from the machine. And the whole economy in there is based around that. So like there was this one like really like big black dude with like teardrops and like stab marks all over his body and shit. And he was literally buying girls snacks to fuck them. Like I figured that out on like the second day when this girl walks up and she's like, you owe me one soda. You owe me a soda. And he's like, bitch, I didn't even come. You get a bag of chips. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening right now? That was the crazy. And then I couldn't stop cracking up. I don't remember that guy's name. I just call him Soda Machine Dude, because like he got two girls sent to the different ward because they found out that he was fucking them for the snacks. And then there was this one totally like crazy lady named Maureen, and she couldn't like remember anything after like 10 seconds. And so she was always walking around being like, and then all of a sudden, and she's like muttering shit. And I loved Maureen, honestly, because she was so sweet. And I would just go up and listen. And like, I would say around like 5% of the things she said were completely coherent, and everything else made absolutely no sense. Like one time she looked at me and she's like, is my hair on fire right now? And I was like, no, not right now. And she's like, good. And then she like walked away. And she was like 50 something or 60 something, I don't know. And but yeah, basically yeah, she was the only one left after the soda hose had been kicked out. And so and so after the soda hose been kicked out, like the dude, the soda machine dude comes up and he's like, all right, Maureen, it's your turn, bitch. He's like, you got that good pussy or what? And she's like, and she looked at him and she's like, my brother was allergic to cats. And then she like started muttering and like walking away. And he's like, oh damn, man, you do got that good pussy. And she's like, looked at him and she's like, he died. And then she walked away and he's like, damn, that pussy killer. That's killer pussy. And I was like, that was so hilarious to me. But I think the funniest thing that happened to me while I was in there was there's this old Japanese man with like super long hair who his name was Tanaka. And Tanaka, and like he never, the whole entire time I was in there, like he never spoke any English. He would all be like, ugh. But he barely spoke Japanese either, but some of it was in Japanese. So like in the mornings I'd be like, hi gozaimasu Tanaka-san. He'd be like, ugh. And like he liked me, but he was always very like, hated everyone else. But I talked to him like the very minimal amount of Japanese I knew. I think he appreciated that. And so he would like walk through the hallways and be like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And so, but she would do these things where he would like look up, there's like cameras, and he would look up at the camera and point at it. Thank you, Kemper. And he would point at it, and he would just like keep pointing for like 10 minutes, maybe more. It was very wild. But we would do this thing in the hallways, because like inside of my room, there was this crazy man named Mark. And Mark, we'll get back to the Tanaka stories. Everyone in the rooms had a roommate, and my roommate, he was not crazy at all. He was totally sane. He was someone that was homeless, and he was playing the system by saying he was suicidal so that he could be in there and have a roof over his head and food and shit. No, James, you haven't. I just ended up talking about a different story, so I haven't been pushing the auction. I feel like it might not be in good taste, but if you want, I'm auctioning until the sun goes down. This is called Man with 3 Leaves. The bid starts at 100, so if you want to bid on it, then you have to do 101, and you'll get it if and just say put your bid in the chat. And then anyway, but yeah, so the man Mark was his name, who was my roommate. He just would not shut the fuck up. Hell yes, James, thank you, man. He would not shut the fuck up at all. He kept like talking and talking and talking. And the thing, he's like, man, I'm not suicidal at all. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. It's like, I need a roof over my head, you know? And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And thank you, James. And every single like thing after like 10 seconds, he'd be like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It would get to the point where I was like, yes, Mark, I know what you're saying. Please shut up. And he would not shut up. So like I tried everything. I tried like blocking my ears. I tried being like, please move my room. Couldn't work. James, you're bidding against yourself, buddy. Thank you, man. But but anyway, yeah, so I tried to, yeah, fucking Mark, dude. Mark was a trip. James, what are you doing, man? Mark was a real trip. And plus he was like Fox News 24/7. He'd be like, and the thing was, Trump was a great president. And like, you know what? I think fuck everything else happening. Fuck Biden. He called Biden Biden. Like I had never watched the news. He called him Biden. And I was like, dude, I don't care about politics. Just please stop. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck politics. If I had a button I could press and just nuke everything, I would end it all, man. Fuck everything. And other times he was like, but I'm not suicidal. I'm playing the system. I'm making the system go because the system has failed. The system has failed all of us. And I'm like, you're saying the same thing over and over again, and you keep ending it with, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm fully articulate. I'm not crazy. I just was a little suicidal, and now I'm getting better. They won't let me out of here. I made a mistake, and you are driving me back to a dark place, Mark. Please be quiet. And I tried everything, and it wasn't working. And so finally, in a last-ditch effort, I got this romance novel. And I went to like the very insanely sexual parts, and I like read and like while he was trying to talk to me, I was reading them like, his throbbing sword was released from the cloak pants and like thrusted against her hips. And I was like screaming it at the top of my lungs. And even that didn't work. I mean, it kind of worked to a certain point. But then he would be like, look, man, you need to chill out with that shit. I'm not into all that gay shit. Just so you know, I'm not into that gay shit. I see you got the hair, but, like, you know, just stay away from me. I'm like, Mark, you're like 60. I'm not into you, man. You don't have to worry about that. And he's like, well, whatever. You know what? I know I don't have tattoos, but I know the Hells Angels. And I'm like, if I had $1 for everyone who knew the Hells Angels, then I would be fucking rich, because everyone's like, I got friends that are Hells Angels. I don't fucking care. Do you know what I'm saying, Mark? But of course, he has friends who are Hells Angels, so I didn't say that to him, because on the off chance that he did, you know, I'm not gonna roll the dice on that one. But anyway, the reason that I kind of went off on that little anecdote is because, as I was saying earlier, the old Japanese man Tanaka, he was always out in the hallways. And so I had to end up going into the hallways too, because Mark was so completely infuriating to me. And Tanaka would do this thing where he would like do it, like he clearly knew actual karate moves. And so he would like stand like 20 feet on the other side of the hallway, and I would stand there and I would start to mirror his moves, and we would just like do like karate, like to like basically like air go like I brought out some Gator style. That's all I'm gonna say. We weren't actually allowed to like fight, obviously, because that would have been bad. But yeah, we were like doing karate moves like 20 feet apart from one another and in the hallways, and that was a good moment for me. But the best moment throughout my entire experience was definitely when so like I said, Tanaka literally did not speak English the entire time I was in there. And he would be like and like with a gesture a lot with his hands and do completely crazy things. But as I said before, the economy in there was all based entirely around the snack machine. And my card didn't work, and I wasn't about to suck dick for snacks, so I ended up drawing almost everyone who was in there. I drew them, and it's pretty funny. I was like, you know, these might be worth something one day, like, because I don't plan on being institutionalized again. So these are the art. This is the art that I will have done. Like, you can bring this to Christie's auction house in probably 10 years. It could be worth something. And then like I gave some to the nurses too, who were really nice to me. Because everyone there was so mean to the nurses. They're like, I need my medication. I need my medication, you stupid fucking bitch. I'm going to write you up. I'm writing you up right now. And like, but basically I was really nice to the nurses, and like I would draw them and like give them drawings and stuff. And I was like, it might be worth something one day. And they're like, okay, delusions of grandeur. Okay. And I was like, oh, this is so infuriating to me. But anyway, so finally on the last day, because I didn't know how to ask Tanaka in Japanese how to like if I could draw him. And so like I took out my pencil pad and everything. Like we were inside the little weird like TV kitchen area, and like he's sitting down, and I was like, can I draw you? I put out the pencil, and he's like, oh, and he sits down. And so I'm drawing him, and I do the drawing of him, and he like, after I draw him, I show it to him, and he looks at it, and he's like, you know, you're actually pretty good at art. And I was like, what the fuck? You spoke English the whole time? Oh yeah, most of the people in there were like on Ativan and benzocaine and shit, but that was like the funniest moment to me. He just like had spoken English the entire time. It was doing some completely insane shit. And so Crazy Jim, wait, what's that from? That sounds familiar. But anyway, so after, exactly, it was literally like from a movie. I shit you not. I could not make this stuff up. Yeah, so I did draw the black dude, and I did draw Mark as well. And Mark was like, you made me look regal. Man, you're pretty good. Man, I'm keeping this. He like folded it up. Like Mark actually appreciated it, because that's because Mark should not have been in there at all. Mark is a terrible person who people in there were actually needed help, and he was taking advantage of the system, because he's like, just wait till I get my Social Security, man. Once I get my SSI next week, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And like the thing is that the doctors never came in. But let me finish the story about Tanaka, because after I handed Tanaka the thing, and he's like, you're pretty good at art. And I was like, you fucking talk? And I was like, hold on, let me sign it for you. And I signed it for him. It's like, it might be worth something. And I hand it to him, and then he like looks at it for a second after I signed it, and then he took his pencil and he signed it too. And like his signature was fucking sick. It was like clearly Japanese or something. And I was like, dude, that's so sick. What does that say? And then he looked at it, and he's like, I don't know. And that was the last time he spoke English. I was in there for like another day or so, and he would not speak any more English. It was like completely insane that like me drawing him made him speak like like a one sentence. So it goes to show the power and effect art can have on people, which is really it's the people in there, not the doctors, that kept me going. Like for instance, like the doctors never once came in. My doctor was this like Indian dude who was always in the back of the Rolls Royce, and he would call in like on a FaceTime chat or something, and the doctors in there, they rolled them around like on iPads. So they were on iPads on wheels, and the nurses would roll around, and it's like, okay, it's time for you to talk to Dr. Jesse Brooks. He's doing his rounds. He was doing his iPad rounds. And I was like, all right, doc, like I'm feeling like better. Like I'm happy. Like it's not like the way that it was before. So maybe you could, you know, let me get out of here. And he's like, so we want to I think we want to have you for another day, like just to, you know, make sure that you don't, you know, try anything else. And I'm like, all right, but like literally being in here is actually making me more insane, just so you know. He's like, really? So you're feeling like you are a little bit like unsettled, like mentally? And I was like, no, I'm doing great, doc. Actually, I feel so good. Being in here is awesome. And he's like, okay, Brooks. And then like they rolled he got rolled over to Mark, my roommate, because Mark also had Dr. Giussessi. And then Mark's like, aha, and then the doctor's like, how are you feeling there, Mark? And Mark's like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty suicidal. Like, I might do it any day, doc. Like, it's pretty bad. God, I don't know. And the doc's like, okay, well, we'll prescribe you maybe some, we'll get you on your medication, like what you need, and I'll see you tomorrow. And he's like, oh, thank you so much, doc. Like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And then as soon as the doctor got moved out of the room, Mark's like, wow, what a fucking idiot, man. I'm playing the system. The system is fucking fails everyone. Man, fuck the system. Look at me. And I'm just like, God damn it, Mark, you are a terrible person. Like, it was so bad. And the worst roommate, but by the end of it, he was like, hey, by the way, you think I could borrow $1,000? And I was like, no, Mark, you cannot borrow $1,000. And anyway, yeah, so when I got out, luckily I've been able to move studios, and I'm applying for new apartments and shit. But I got hit with a pretty intense, I thought that my medical insurance was gonna pay for it, and my medical insurance paid for part of it. But it didn't pay. It paid for like the first like 72 hours part or whatever, but then it didn't pay for the whole like, oh, sorry. It didn't pay. They took me to like because the crazy person place, it was like a for-profit thing, you know, because they didn't have one on my insurance, but like apparently it was like something I had to do, and they totally trick you. Like they make you check yourself in or something. I don't know. The whole thing is completely fucked, and I don't know very much in there. But when I was in there, I did a lot of art and research and reading, and you know, the people in there were like beautiful, honestly, and like inspired me to keep doing shit. Also, they give you 2 cigarettes a day in there. They're like, or no, 2 cigarettes like 5 times a day. They call them, it's smoking time. And I don't even really smoke, but I needed like, I have this, and so I was like completely like, fuck, I guess I have to smoke cigarettes now. And at one point, like, I don't smoke weed either, but I was going so completely insane. I was like walking down back and forth the hallways, just like I thought what was going to happen, like, you know, in the movies. And then when I first entered and I saw people doing that, I'm like, okay, these are actual crazy people. Like, I do not belong here. But then by the 3rd day, I was like walking back and forth like a zombie down the hallways, and I'm like, wow, I can see how this is actually pretty chill, isn't it? I'm like, no, this isn't okay. This is not chill. Go back to the room. And I go back to the room, and Mark's in there, and I'm like, fuck. And so luckily I ended up befriending the snack machine dude, and since I traded, I would draw him and shit for snacks. I didn't suck his dick, don't worry, I don't think he'd be into that anyway. Oh, but it was pretty funny. One time, one of his 2 girls that he was buying snacks for got into a fight because he wouldn't fuck one of them, because he's like, man, bitch, you can suck good dick, all right? I mean, it's not even that good. I can't even come. You get a bag of chips, but you don't get a Coke. But man, she got that good pussy, man. She got that moon pie, spicy Dorito Taki pussy, okay? And like, she's like, yeah, that's right. I looked in her room. It's full of snacks, sodas. I know what you're doing. You're fucking her, aren't you? Like, that was the funny part. But anyway, yeah, so that guy apparently was able to sneak in like a weed pen, because they search you and everything, like when you go in there. I don't want to know where or how he got that weed pen in there, but it was so boring. I was like, you know what, let me hit it. And so I hit it, and then I was just like, wow, because I don't smoke weed, and I was like, this was a terrible idea. Things became way more anxiety and like terrible and insane, and I was just like, holy fuck, this is terrible. I don't know why I did it. I was like, maybe this will be good. It'll be like it'll be soothing. It'll be soothing. A little bit of marijuana in my system. And it wasn't. Oh yeah. So I just drew. I just drew a bunch. Yeah, the drawings weren't like great, but you know, they were. Anyway, it feels good talking to you guys about it and being able to get that off my chest, because like obviously like the reason everyone's a mod in here is because I love all you guys. Like, I don't like, there's no like I see you guys being, you guys are like friends of mine, you know, like that's the way I view my streams, and that's why like I don't take shortcuts, you know. I don't like really like asking for handouts, you know. I always like to earn things, like, and be engaging with people, and that's what's important to me. So anyway, that's my story, and since the title of this is auctioning this painting, I will, hold on, let me show you. So this is the painting. It's called oh fuck, how do I turn this around? Turn around. Oh yes, so it's called Man with Three Leaves. I think the bidding is it's oil on canvas. Man with Three Leaves, and it's a pretty conceptual piece, you know, about who knows really. No, I guess I know, but I don't want to get into the cheesy concept of it. But anyway, hell yeah, dude, you made it. Blackfish, was it an oil painting? It's no one. Don't worry, but it doesn't matter who it is. All that matters is that it's a man with 3 leaves. I think the bidding is currently at 175. The concept is that, you know, people talk about, I mean, your third eye and being able to open your third eye through nature, but I thought that, you know, and being one with the earth and that all that bullshit, but it's a kind of a refutal of that, where the 3 leaves are all meant to blind even your third eye as well. And so it's through nature that you find blindness, and that so it's kind of like fuck yoga is the concept, I guess. I don't know. Oh, so the bidding's at 176. It's called Man with 3 Leaves. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Later Hardest Milk. Now that I've spoken my piece, if anybody wants to say, I'll be more engaging with the chat now. If anyone has any questions, whatever. Oh look, there's Matisse. Matisse, don't you pee on that. Bad. Dude, Trap Goon, come on, man. Serious prices here only, buddy. I don't think you're gonna do that. Yeah, it's basically saying fuck the chakras, but like also maybe not, or maybe it's embracing the concept of chakras and saying that through nature and humanity sometimes you find that your chakras, not only is your chakra closed, but your actual vision, your humanity, your corporeal mortal coil is also blinded to the state of reality. It's based around that concept. You met a blind eye? So he was like, oh, that's pretty sick, actually. I fucks with that. How do I bleach my hair? I just take bleach and just put it in there by myself. I should probably get someone else to do it. I haven't bleached it for a while, but I do like doing it. I feel like it's a good, fun thing to do. Yes, I do, actually. Danny, I was supposed to do gator style. I was supposed to do gator style in the video on Saturday. I was gonna do gator style in it, but then I obviously had I ended up not going because of all that shit that happened. And so if I had gone with all of them, because they were trying to get me to go, if I had gone with them, I don't know, it would have just been depressing. Like I would have brought the whole mood down. So but anyway, yeah, Danny was one of the people who like personally was reaching out. Danny's a very good guy. A lot of people, he puts on, you know, he's a showman, but at the end of the day, Danny is a very good person. So that much was proven. That's all I'll say. I won't get too much into detail. I don't even know how much longer the sun's gonna be up. 5th, Colton? You are a real... What if you have 5 eyes, your 5th eye? Here, I'm gonna sit. How much battery do I have? Let me check. Turn on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Yeah, he is good. I should sit down here with my painting. The blindness. Experience the blind. The 4th eye is the brown eye. Yeah, your true friends and the people who really care about you come through in the darkest times. When I heard that Cammy was like reaching out and trying to find where I was, even after like our breakup and me going on like with my I broke down in tears. I was like, this is so fucked. I'm such a fucked up person. Like, it's honestly like, because you feel like you're a burden on people, but then it turns out that like doing that is actually more of a burden. Oh hell yeah, Maya. Are you gonna kick Dino out and make him sleep on the ground? Oh no. Thank you, Colton. I appreciate it. And Chris, Maybe we do share ancestry. Yeah, dude, Dino pulling in Austin for sure. No, dude, it's not. I can't. Me going into Cammy's life was really bad for her. I should not have done that. I should, like, when you care so much about someone, it is it's then it affects everything around you, and then it just makes things really difficult. And so, in part, I think the reason that I did that stream with my ex and started drinking and reverting to my old ways was because I felt like, I wanted to push her away, I guess. I felt like that was I feel like that was one of the only ways I could do it, was to be really mean, and I knew that was so fucked up of me and cowardly, but I had to do whatever I could to get her to make her just stop loving me. But I'm always gonna love her. But the problem is, it's I'll be very bad in her life, and because it's just if I'm that close with anyone, I can't date people. You guys have to understand that. If I date anyone, it's always going to be bad for them, because I'm too complicated of a person. Yeah, I have been journaling. Cammie was the greatest because she helped me plan. She helped me. I have a planner. I use my planner all the time. Yeah. I fucked up, boys. I fucked up. But it's okay, because I still have Matisse. Moo, yeah. Who's my good boy? Oh, come on. You want to come up? Yeah. Oh, good boy. But yeah, it's bad. I shouldn't date anyone. He is handsome. Did anyone talk about how they planned on escaping? No. Oh, what? What, baby? What? I'm not that young, man. I'm 28. I've made made mistakes. Yes. Cammie and I broke up. That's one of the reasons why I kind of talked about this, because the food was terrible. Because people kept being like, what happened? Was it because you and Cammie broke up? Or because is it oh my God, Matisse is trying to get inside his backpack. Was it because did Rat Dick Ralph do something? What happened? And I obviously you guys are close to me, so that's why I shared the story. I know people were worried. I fucked up. I let it but it's not gonna happen again. Like I said, the main reason it happened, it was because of my really unhealthy, terrible studio situation and the living situation that I was in, which due to legality, I cannot speak publicly about anymore. And that's what put me in that place, and it sent me on a kind of manic episode that the alcohol that did not help. Oh, thank you, Bounty Hunter. We all make mistakes. That's true. But hopefully at 37, I'll have figured myself out a little bit more. I'm still figuring myself out until I can truly understand myself better and have more, now that I have this new studio situation, and I'm getting a new apartment, and I won't, Jesse, don't worry. I'm 28. But now that I'm getting my new studio situation and my new apartment and everything. No, I know Cammie doesn't hate me. She wouldn't have been calling everywhere to try to figure out if I was. I'll see you later, Bianca. She wouldn't have called all the hospitals and shit to find out where I was if she did. But I know that I can't. It's not fair to anyone to be in a relationship with them, because you get very emotionally intertwined, and me being in a relationship or emotionally intertwined with anyone is going to be super negative and unhealthy, and honestly could be traumatic. Juan, oh my God. But yeah, I know, Matisse. But yeah, I've definitely thought about I'll be in a relationship with you. I've like multiple times thought about going to her, over to her place, and like, I don't even know what to say, you know, or like she sent me 2 messages and I can't open them. I can't look at them because I'm in too delicate of a state right now. I want to thank her, but I literally can't. Just like I need to, now that I've really been throwing myself. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna date anyone else, or like Cammy was the last one. I'm done with women. If it's not Cammy, it's nobody. So, and I shouldn't be in a relationship anyway. I'm in a relationship with painting. What is PCB bat? Exactly. I'll open the messages when I'm ready and I'm in a stronger place. Exactly. You're right, Jesse. I need time to like recenter, refocus. No, don't send this to Cammy. She won't. I'm sure she's unsubscribed for me anyway, so I'll make it unlisted. Yeah, I'll have a bromance with you guys. But I took about 3. No, I'm never dating again. Well, it's also because I made a read the messages, dog. No, Rob, I can't. I will later on. I can't read them now. I'm too unstable. I'm getting there though. Like I said, I've been throwing myself into my work. I've been painting nonstop every day since I've been out. Once I like moved into the studio. I've been figuring out my living situation. I've been figuring everything out, so it's good. Bricks, make sure to lean on your friends, the boys. Thank you all you guys. I appreciate it. Exactly, fried noodles. You're right. Thank you, Juan. Well, I will, Matt. Have you moved? Yes, I moved out of that negative situation. I appreciate everyone that donated and the person who got the painting and stuff. I thank you guys for that. The bidding's closing soon. It's currently at 176. If anyone wants to bid more than that, I'm bidding until the sun goes down and just chilling and talking with you guys. But no, Maya, you are right. Also, I made a blood oath. I swore on my painting, like, basically, I made a blood oath that I would never be with anyone else other than Cammy. So I can't break the blood oaths made on my painting arm. So, yep, I won't be dating anyone else ever again. But I will be in a relationship with painting. Later, Jesse. Yeah, robbing me hard. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Waka Flocka Flare. You're great. No, I do have a really good support network, and so that is honestly an extremely positive thing for me, for sure. So my painting tattoo, this is everything. Love you guys too. Love everyone who has to leave. I get it. Thank you everyone who's sticking around. They think that's like the acrylic paint of tobacco. God damn it, Sebastian, you're right. I'm modding you for that. I can't be doing too many mods since modding May is over. But also don't abuse your mod powers, guys, and like delete messages that people that aren't mods, because then I'd have to unmod you, and I don't want to do that. Unless the messages are very mean to me, and then in which case you can delete them so that I don't get traumatized. No, I'm just kidding, but I will get sad. Yeah, everyone that loves me can delete the mean things people say, but don't censor people. Basically, if someone says something extremely fucked up or mean, then yeah, delete it, because that would be, I don't want to read it anyway. But if not, then don't delete it, and don't, or if someone's spamming the chat, because I want to be able to see what people are saying and stuff. Obviously, I care about you guys and stuff. Bro, I'm level 75, Godor. Level 75, yeah. So basically what this tattoo is, or the concept behind it, is that these are symbols of alchemy. And the purpose behind the tattoo is the more that I level up, I don't know, Juan. I don't know what to say to that. But the more that I level up, the more tattoos that I can put onto it. And so now I'm level 75, and I'm going to get my tattoos that are here. And then I won't be able to finish the tattoo until I'm level 100, and I don't know when that's going to be. So the next tattoos, I get to put them in at any point. I got an artist who's coming and doing it for an oil painting, which is how I like to do things anyway. Yes, face tats level 100. No, it's only ever going to be this arm, because the concept behind it is like really really why alchemy was even like invented in the first place was to turn lead into gold, or to make something of lesser value into something of a much greater value. And so the painting arm, the concept behind it, I have to paint a shit ton. I gotta like really throw myself into it. Hopefully I can make it to level 76 this year. But anyway, yeah, so when I think about painting, I think about it in a similar way to alchemy, where you buy your canvases, your brushes, your paints, maybe you spend like $60, and so that, metaphorically speaking, is lead. And then through the process of painting and the amalgamation of materials to create a different product, that's how it becomes gold. And so this arm, it's all based around that, taking lead and turning it into gold so it becomes something of greater value. And I don't think I've ever really explained that before on stream, so I'm really opening up to you guys. But yeah, I take blood oaths on, if I do take a blood oath, then I have to hold myself to it. There's literally, like, because I am, at the end of the day, a little bit psycho, and that is something a psycho would do, but I'm not like that crazy. But anyway, when I make a blood oath, I hold myself to it. I draw blood from both of these fingers, and then on the infinity sign, I go like that and press it down. And then I concentrate on my head exactly what that blood oath is going to be. And then when I release, the blood oath has been completed. So yeah, I'm never dating anyone ever again. Maybe later on down the line, when I'm at a better place mentally, Cami will probably have moved on by then, and it might be for the best for her. But if not, then who knows? I'm open to anything, but I won't date anyone ever than her. And I like green strains. Listen to gamma waves. We all know how blood oaths work. Okay, cool. The peace of mind being on your own is underappreciated. Yeah, you're right, Gordo. Thank you. Sir smokes a lot. Love you too, man. Disregard females and acquire currency. Well, but that's another thing people don't get. Like, I need I'm not gonna be your unicorn inside Lil Martell. The thing that I don't know, for me at least, about painting this is not about the money. Like, I need enough money to be able to get to the places that I need to be as an artist. And obviously you need money in life to, like, for my studio, for my paints, for like, but for shit, you need money. But I don't do it for the money, I do it to live. That's what painting is all about to me. It's like a lot of people are oil painters. Thank you, Josh. Much love, homie. Thanks for coming in. A lot of people are oil paints, or they oil paint, but my philosophy in the matter takes it to a whole nother level. But yeah, that's why I tried to do what I did, because I thought that that was there's I find a lot of similarities between myself and the life of Van Gogh, and I talk about that. And people are like, Brooks, don't say that. Van Gogh is not a good mental role model. And you're right, he's not. But what did Van Gogh do? He started as an art dealer. What did I do before I came to LA? I owned an art gallery for 5 years. And that really took the romance of art away from me. So I removed myself from it. I closed the LLC. I closed the doors. The gallery I transferred it over to someone else, and it was taken over by a director. And I ended up, because I needed to find the romance in my own art again, which I was able to do. And then at age 27, Van Gogh really started painting. And at age 27, obviously I'd already been painting for a while, but I ended up coming to LA at around that time, like full time. I was not really, or I guess I was age 26. Anyway, it was around that time. I'm just trying to connect the dots here. I think one of the most crazy things is that there was a time where Van Gogh, he dated this woman named Scene, and Scene was a prostitute. No, the Cammy's 5 Sprite. I love you, Earl. No. Oh, this is Matisse's new roommate. Hey, Koa. Hey, baby. Yeah, it's a sweet little Frenchie. But anyway, yeah, Van Gogh dated a prostitute and helped her raise her kid named Scene. And for those of you who probably have seen the Danny Mullen podcast, it's not a very proud time in my life, but I was not dating, trust me, I was not dating her. She was a terrible human being. That prostitute chick who came on that podcast that one time, she basically, I didn't want to talk about it on the podcast, but she had a son, and she put her son in like a completely terrible situation. And I'm like I used to be an art teacher. Like I work with kids a lot, and I have a soft spot in my heart for like and it was like a very, very bad situation, like what she was putting him in. I'm not going to go too deeply into it, but essentially, yeah, I started like, I basically moved in there and started raising him, like teaching him art, like paint, like to wash his clothes, like, and I barely had any money myself at that point. It was a very bad situation. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Like she would be out for like 3 days at a time, her phone not on, and she would come back, and I'm like, dude, like you can't do this. Your kid is 8 years old. Like literally, he's 8 years old. And she would, when she did her prostitution shit, she would go out for like all night and like leave. She had a little camera on, and then when the moment that I was like, okay, I need to do something about this, was when she smoked. I saw, because I never smoked meth, but like she definitely did. And the one time she smoked meth, and her son was literally in the other room, like right there. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're terrible. And I called Child Protective. Well, all my friends were like, dude, you need to call Child Protective Services. But the thing is, like in LA, like the foster system is like pretty fucked up. And so I didn't want him to go into the foster system. But honestly, the foster system is better than the place he was with her. And I cannot ever again put because it started to drain me and take away like my ability to paint, and like it drained me of everything. And so I had to like get out of that situation, which I did. I was able to get out of that, and anyway, that's another connection that I have with Van Gogh. Then the fourth connection was after that happened, Van Gogh's younger brother Theo came and really took care of him and moved out. Like, you know, Van Gogh's younger brother like took care of him a lot. And then so you guys, probably a lot of you have met Hunter and seen Hunter. Hunter came out here to LA, and when I was in like the thralls of the worst addiction, like worst place in my life ever, Hunter was here for me. You know, he would like, even when I was just like had no money, he was like working and able to like help me out. And so Hunter saved my life coming out here. So Hunter was my like Leo Van Gogh. Or Theo, sorry. And then, yeah, Van Gogh obviously was suicidal, and I went into an insane asylum at some point. And then once that happened to me too, I was like, okay, there's too many parallels here. I need to really work on my mental health. So anyway, now I have like, oh my God. Anyway, now I have like a suicide prevention advocate, a social worker, a therapist. Like I got like a shit ton of friends who love me. And I'm in like a really, really good place right now. So I feel strong, even though I was crying. I was crying earlier. I didn't think I was going to cry. That's why I waited so long to stream. But it's a very emotional state of being, you know, this whole ordeal. Later, Zach. This whole ordeal has just been very like, I find it's like, it was a crucible for me. It was like going through the fire and the flames. And then you come out on the other side. Oh, you want to say hello to the stream? Yeah. This is Nico. This is who some of you might have seen her before. Nico's the greatest. She's the person who I'm painting at her place now. And this is Corey, another one of the people who live here. Say hello.
This is Koa.
Oh yeah, I already was showing them Koa too. So say hello.
Yo, Max.
Dude, people are calling you Neeks.
Neeks, actually it's Lore Neeks.
Lore Neeks, dope sleeve Nico. Hearts. Yeah, dude. Yeah, all 50 people just saw your sleeve.
Oh my God. Dope.
But all right, I love you too, man. I really do. And thank you to the painting auction is about to end. It's going to close at 176 unless anyone else has another offer they want to make for a man with 3 leaves. is what it's called. Because once the sun goes down, which I think it's gonna be pretty soon, then I'm going to stop. Just remember, said I'm gonna message you. Yes, definitely fried noodles. I appreciate it. If Brooks loves you, I love you. Hell yeah. I missed the first story, so I'm not all the way caught up on the story, but I'm glad you're doing well. So, yes, definitely, Shaw, doing better. Worst pain in the world is losing someone you love and knowing you could have moved differently. And they're like, that's my experience. Still hurts. Yeah, man. Even in 10 years, I hope I have my shit more figured out, to be honest. Wow, we're just having kratom conversations in here. Agree to a point, they could use a little bit, but it really fucks with your gut at a certain amount. Shit is hard to get prescribed. What, are we talking about kratom? I have no clue what's going on anymore here. But what I love is that, like, in my streams, I feel like there's a sense of community and people have come in here and, like, connected through here and come in. I love you, little Bacanarissimo. Come in here and, like, when people are in the streams, they're talking to one another and, like, able to, you know, connect. That's the point of it all, really. Talking about kratom. You'll blink your eyes and you will be 37. Time flies. All right, here we go. Ah, fuck, I'm 37 now. All good, yo. It's just good to be back and to talk to you guys. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I was afraid to start streaming again because I knew I was gonna break down since I love you guys so much, and I did. But I don't think I'm gonna cry anymore. Exactly. I know. Actually, when I was in the my 72-hour hold, there was I asked for like anything to draw. I just wanted to draw, and they're like, "No, we're not gonna give you a writing utensil. Literally, you're on like suicide prevention right now. Like, you just tried to kill yourself, and you think we're gonna give you something like a pencil?" And I was like, good point. Well, what can you give me? And so they gave me this, like, here, you can have this. And they gave me like a shitty comic book, like a shitty Avengers comic book that was in Spanish. And like, I'm like, I don't even understand Spanish. And he's like, look, man, gotta work with what I got here. And I was like, fine, whatever. And so I had this shitty, start going to the gym. Yeah, I have been getting no, they wouldn't give me a marker. I was like, crayons, anything. They're like, you get this Spanish comic book. And I was like, fuck. All right, so anyway, I started doing like origami and like paper planes, and I was like, because there's nothing to do. 72 hours of literally lying in bed and eating the most terrible ham sandwich over and over and over and over again. Well, not really over and over again. You only got three ham sandwiches a day, but still. Anyway, yeah, so I was doing origami and building paper planes, and by the end I got to a point where I created some pretty fucking dope ass paper planes, and I was like looking around my hospital room finding anything I could use to like glue shit together. And luckily, in one tiny part of the corner, I found, if you ever seen like EKG monitors, they have those like gooey sticker shit. And I know this is so disgusting. I guess a nurse was doing it in that room beforehand and forgot to like remove the EKG shit, and so I took the goo from that and I was like building paper planes. It was a dark time for me, guys. Okay, I needed to make something, because like if I'm not making something, then I'm like going completely insane. And so anyway, yeah, so I ended up making this paper plane until I got the perfect paper plane. And then when Austin and Cigar Guy came and like visited, even when I said no visitors, they're good friends though, and so they like literally wouldn't take no. They came to the hospital. They're like, they're not leaving. Like, what do you want me to send them away? And I was like, just let them in. And so they came in, and then Dino wasn't there. Dino I'm glad though. Dino can't see his master in a state like that. I would not have ever have allowed Dino in there. But what I did do was, one of the most powerful paper planes that I created, I gave to Casper, and I was like, give this to Dino and tell him fuck you. So at least Dino has the paper plane, and now he's back in the studio becoming a more powerful oil painter than I'll ever be. He's getting so good way too soon, honestly. It's a little bit terrifying. He's even able to work on some of my faces right now, which is crazy. My hair looks Super Saiyan. Yeah, I guess kind of does, right? Indeed. No, Dino's a good apprentice. He's already level 16. I am proud of him. I don't want him to get too cocky, but unfortunately he's already getting so good. I don't really know what to do. It's a little annoying. Thank you, Juan. Brooks Dino said, we will go on dates when I'm in LA, but I'm paranoid that he's going to leave me hanging. I'm scared. Don't worry, Maya. I'll make sure he doesn't fall out. I'll invite you to, Maya, I'm going to invite you to the studio while Dino's there, and I'm not going to tell him that you're coming, okay? Actually, now people are probably going to tell him that. Fuck! I should have told you that privately. Anyway, yeah, you can come to, because my new studio, I can have people, like, I really wasn't allowed to have that many people, like, in the old studio space. Like I said, it was a really bad environment. But yeah, I want you on one of the streams with Dino just to see how uncomfortable he gets. And I'm like, you must be around a woman who loves you while you're painting. That's the only way you'll advance to the next level. That's good. I'm gonna write that down. No, I'll remember it. Yeah, Dino will be able to teach once he gets to level 50, but you can't teach before then. You're not ready. And I can only teach him up to level 50. I can't teach someone up to level 75 until I become level 100. That's how it works. Because once you get to level 50, you're on your own. That's when you're truly an artist. That's when you can start teaching. That's when you are, you know, someone who, you know, is fully able to go off. And at that point, like, Dino can continue to help me in the studio if he wants, and I'll pay him to do so. But, yeah, once he gets to level 25, I'm going to start paying him a small wage based on the commissions that he helps me do, just so he can make some money. Dino painting King Croc, yeah, that was pretty epic. Dino's at level 16. I determined the levels. I created the leveling system. It's called the crossover method. That's what this whole arm is about. You can join the crossover method and collect your experience by joining my Patreon and Discord. And the Discord is attached to the Patreon. And you collect your experience by turning in the different assignments that you complete, or quests as I call them. And then you level up your nickname. I'll put your level next to it. It's a pretty cool system, and it inspires people to paint because it's sort of like a real life RPG video game. And really, I love paint. Like I'm a painter and I'm a teacher. Like I love teaching. I've always done it because when you teach, you yeah, his Ford Taurus, exactly. And when you teach, you learn, you know, because for the other day I was teaching a child, like a 9-year-old kid, and he was doing an abstract painting, and sort of the non-compartmentalization of children, they approach the medium of oil paint specifically in a way that someone such as myself, who has been doing it for so long, even for Dino, who has like a past, like anyone who starts oil painting who already kind of has a mind that's developed, they're not going to approach painting in the same way. So to see a child paint, the strokes he makes, the composition, everything that goes into it, you learn so much because, you know, Picasso said, like, after he learned everything there was to know about, like, painting in a classical way, he spent the rest of his life trying to revert to the mind of a child. So I'm going to start doing more abstract and simplified stuff for sure, but there's a lot you can learn, especially from teaching kids. I taught in an all-boys private school when I was right out of art college. I kind of fell into the job because I only had my BFA. Normally you need an MAT or an MFA to teach within an institutionalized setting such as that. But my friend was the teacher there, and he quit halfway because he got like a much better job. And so he needed someone to take over halfway through the semester. And so I ended up taking over, and they brought me on for another year. And then after that year, I quit because like, it wasn't the kids that made me quit, because I love working with kids. They're awesome, but it was the parents, because the thing is the kids would do shit, and at that age, because I taught K to third grade art, and at that age they're basically just a reflection directly of their parents and home life, and so they would do shit, like fucked up shit, kind of like it was a private school, and so it was mostly all white kids, and there's a few black but it was in Baltimore, right? And so they did what they did is they did this sort of they did this thing where kids drinking the oil paint. Oh yeah, no, it's bad. How do I meet so many people? I meet people by painting them. That's what I do. Stop it, Matisse. Oh gosh. But shush. Anyway, yeah, so there was a couple of black kids that from like the neighborhoods that were let in on like a scholarship that they did. as like a part of way to be like sort of affirmative action, add more diversity to the school. And all the kids were so racist against him. Like this one kid asked me, he's like, Mr. Brooks, can I move tables? I don't like him. He's scary. He only has pupils. He doesn't have anything but pupils in his eyes. And I was like, oh my God, what do I say to this? And I was like, no, I'm not going to move you. Like, all people are the same. You need to understand that. And so, like, I ended up, yeah, it was pretty fucked. And so, but the thing is, when you tell parents that their kids are saying shit like that, they take personal offense because, like, then it's kind of assumed that, that they fucked up in teaching their child. And it's it's a private school. Like, these kids, they had entire rooms for their Legos. Like, they're like, yeah, I was in my Lego room last night. And then I was like, your Lego room, huh? So insane. Like, I grew up like an upper middle class family where like I had a good childhood for the most part, but they're on like a whole different level of Chad Richards. Buddy, it's not that it's racist per se, but it's kind of just like, it was like being asked to be removed from the table and thinking less of somebody for like their pupils or the way they look. I think that in a way that it's like discriminatory. I don't know. I felt like it was definitely not appropriate, and that if the kid continued to do that, then it would not be good later on in life. So, yeah. Bounty Hunter, gotta go say Sean. Thank you, Bounty Hunter. I appreciate it. I hate questions like that when I'm teaching kids. Yes, indeed. Woo! Stop it. Yeah, exactly. He did not feel very good about it at all. I don't know. That was pretty mean of Chad. I thought I was pretty racist, but I went to Nashville for a year, and it's crazy to actually see how rich some people are. I went to one dude's house, so yes, Austin, it's great to see you. He actually had an elevator. Dude, elevator in your house? That shit is crazy. That's on some next level for sure. Oh, well, anyway, guys, it looks like the sun is has set over the horizon. It might not appear that way, but I think it is. So I'm gonna say, Matisse's trying to get in his backpack. I'm gonna say head out now. I'm going to probably no more Legend of Zelda streams because I'm just gonna, like, I need to do painting streams right now, and yeah, but maybe later on in the future. But for now, I really just need to focus on my art and my like mental health and all of that. Yeah, go for it. You can message me on Discord, dude. But anyway, guys, thank you everyone who came in. I'm gonna leave this stream unlisted, not private. If you weren't able to catch the whole thing, I love you guys, like everyone here who supports me. And yeah, you're the best, guys. See y'all later on. Peace. Love you guys.